Up, good people? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It is 2024, and we are back. Well, I am back with a new episode and a new podcast name. And I went through a plethora of names. I kept racking myself over what to change the name to. And the reason why I decided to change the name was because when I'm searching, as you think in the future, if your show gets big or whatever you're doing gets bigger, you don't want to see no unforeseen situations where, oh man, I got a similar name. I had the name first. I don't want to hear that. So what I decided to do is I searched this and I seen somebody had word of mouth podcast, but they didn't have by word of mouth. And I didn't want nothing to sound similar. I didn't want somebody to come back later on if this show blows up. Oh man, I had the name. Damn that. So I decided to switch the name up. And what I presently have the name as, it's Dre Morset, the Dre Morset Show, the Dre Morset Podcast. But what I decided to do before I did that, I had put a beard in the conversation was going to be the name of the podcast. But when I, told a bunch of people, the name, they was like, man, just go with your name, bro. Just it's that simple. Nobody has your name. Just go with your name. You have to worry about none of that. So the name currently on my podcast is A Beard in a Conversation because I can't change it until 14 days is up. That's how YouTube does it. But when the 14 days is up, the name will be the Dre Morset Show, the Dre Morset Podcast. And I am Dre Morset, your host. And so that's how it will begin. But I want to wish everybody a happy new year. And I hope everybody they made their goals, not just because it was a new year or because it was New Year's Eve, because you accomplished as many things as you possibly could in 2023. So you had to revise those goals and add to those goals for 2024. So if you made it into 2024, I applaud you, and I hope that you fulfill everything you need to do in 2024. And I'm gonna say this as a disclaimer to everybody. Last year, when I was doing the podcast, I was a little reserved on what I was gonna say. I cared about not saying this. I don't want to offend nobody. I don't want people to think this. I don't want people to think that. You know what? I'm not doing that this year. I'm gonna say exactly what I want to say and how I want to say it, and I'm not trying to offend nobody. But in order for me to be as authentic as I possibly can be, who I am, I need to say exactly how I need to say it. I don't need to filter it. I don't need to say, I don't want to say this or that and the other. I'm not going to say anything about anybody's sexuality. I'm not going to say anything about religion. Outside of that, I'm going to say exactly what I want to say and how I want to say it. If it offends you, then don't watch. You have that option. I have no control over that, but I'm gonna say exactly how I feel. That's what makes a show a real authentic show. If you're not allowed to say what you want to say, then why even have a show? So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm beginning to change exactly how I not worry about what people think and just get the message across like I do in my normal waking life. So without further ado, let's get it popping, let's get it cracking, let's get it moving, however you say it, wherever you live. Let's get it started. Now, the title I came up with this, it really dawned on me when I said I'm gonna speak about this. And the title is called Do Black Folks Hate Each Other? And I'm gonna say that again. Do black folks hate each other? And then, when I was telling people, a couple of people, the name of the title, nobody said, man, nah, bro, that's crazy. Why are you saying that? The people that I told, it was like, man, that's going to be a good conversation. So that lets me know that what I'm talking about, people have seen with their own eyes, and that's something that needs to be talked about. So the show title is called Do Black Folks Hate Each Other? And you know what, man? When I'm speaking about black folks, of course, I'm gonna shut down anybody who said, "Man, what you mean? What you mean, do black folks? I don't hate no. I'm not talking about every black person that walks this planet Earth. I'm not talking about that. So if it doesn't apply to you, then just listen and sit down. Sit down and just listen. Maybe you will pick up a jewel from this conversation. But if it doesn't apply to every black person that I'm talking about. There's some people that I am talking about, and there's a bunch of people that I'm not. So if it doesn't include you, if it doesn't fit, you must quit. That's just what it is. So chill out, sit down, and just listen to the conversation. So I've lived a while. I've had a lot of experiences. I think my professions allow me to speak on the things that I'm speaking about. I'm a well-known barber. I've seen all walks of ethnicities. I've seen all walks of people come through the shop. I'm a fitness trainer. I'm a certified fitness trainer. So I've seen people come and go that I've trained. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the military. I've lived up north 18 years. I've been around. And I've seen a lot of things in my life. I have Asian friends. I have Spanish friends. I have black friends. I have white friends. I have friends from Bangladesh. I have friends from all over. I live in Florida. So this is a melting pot of different variations of people, different ethnicities, different cultures. So who the more better to talk about something as this? Do black folks hate each other than somebody who resides? I've been in Florida for 16 years. I see all this. If you live in New York, you probably see the same things. If you live in LA, it's a melting pot of different people. I don't live in a city where it's just a certain type of people, black, white, and whatever. No, this is Florida. So you have a little bit of everybody, period. So I'm going to speak about the things that I know to be true and things that I've seen with my own eyes based on my career choices and based on my run-ins with different people. So be that as it may, you can take this and say, oh, he don't know, or yeah, he right. So that's not, I don't care what you think. I've decided that this is something that I want to share with the people because I'm tired of seeing this shit go on with my culture for so long. So my question is, sit down for a minute, close your eyes, and think. I want you to think about something. I want people to really think about what I'm about to say. Think about somebody you love, people you love. You know, people that you care about, people that you would break your neck for, people that you would protect, people that you want to see happy. That's love, right? Love, that's what love is. Caring about somebody, having a sense of protection for somebody, being happy around that person, wanting that person to be happy. That's love. So when I talk about do black folks hate each other, I don't see that. They don't hate each other. I see that they do hate each other. I don't see the love with black folks. I don't. And I got a list of stuff that I've seen over the years that I'm going to talk about that gives you puts you in the same perspective of what I've been seeing. So let's talk about this. Why do black folks fear their own? When I mean why do black folks fear their own? Let's say this. Let's say you got a restaurant that you've been hearing about that you can only go in the hood and go to that particular restaurant. Somebody say, man, have you been to such and such? They got good whatever, good soul food or whatever it may be, but it's in the hood. What is your reaction? If you're not from the hood, your reaction is, damn, you gotta go, you want to go to this restaurant but you know what's in the hood, and you know what comes with going to the hood if you're not from the hood. So it puts a bit of a fear in your mind of your own people, because you know it's your people that's in the hood. So it makes you fearful of not even wanting to go to the restaurant, because you know what's the possibility of you going to the hood. You could get robbed, you can get shot, you can get stabbed, you can get beat down, you can get what shit stolen from your own people. From your own people. So we begin to fear our own people. Of course, there's people that's from the hood that say, "Oh man, you ain't got to worry about that," because they're from there. They know what the people from there, they know them, so they don't have a sense of fear. But the people who don't come from that area have that sense of fear. Even if you want to go to a certain place, you feel like, I can't go because this could happen. And the funny part about that shit is, it puts a presence of fear of your own. Why can't I go to this soul food restaurant if that's what I choose to do, even if it's in the hood? Why would another black person harm another black person just going to somewhere to get something to eat? Why would that put fear into my mind? Help me understand that as a black people. Is that hate? Because if you live in the hood and you know there's people in the hood that will do damage to other people, how is that love? If you know you from the hood and you know somebody just coming to get to a restaurant spot that happens to be in the hood, why would you fuck with them? Why would you try to rob them if you care and you love the other black person? That's hate. Only hate and corruption will make you hurt your own. That ain't love. What is that then? That will make you rob and steal and pillage and beat down somebody that looks just like you. I get it. That's love. I'm just showing them love. Nah, that's hate. You gotta have hate in your heart for somebody to do that to somebody that don't even know, that looks just like you. And that's why I keep coming back to the situation of, do black folks hate each other? Do black folks hate each other? And before you even make this comment, of course other cultures do different things. Of course other cultures rob and steal and do all that. But I'm not in that culture. I am unapologetically black. I'm black. Both of my parents are black. My grandmother's black. Bottom line, so I can only speak about where I come from and what I've seen. So somebody else's culture, yeah, they may do it, but you leave that up to somebody else to have an interpretation of and speak about. I'm speaking about our culture. Black people, we fear other black people. There's a sense of fear of other black people because what we've seen what other black people are capable of doing to innocent other black people. Think about that. Moving on. Why do black folks feel like, have you ever know somebody who accidentally stepped on another black person's shoe? And even if that brother, I'll put it in a scenario like this. I have a client of mine. He went to a club, wasn't bothering nobody. He was with his boy. They chilling. They just having a good time. Accidentally steps on another brother's shoe. He apologized to the brother profusely. Hey, man, I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to do that. The brother does what a lot of black people do to other black people. He got irate, saying, "What the fuck, man? You done fucked up my shoes, this and that and the other." And the brother kept saying, "Man, brother, I'm sorry, man. It's a bunch of people here that got bumped. I'm sorry." So in knowing that the other brother trying to diffuse the situation, Why is the brother ready to kill another brother who is sympathetically apologetic to this situation? Hey, brother, I didn't mean to step on your shoes. Why doesn't that diffuse a situation? Why does that invoke rage in another brother to want to kill or do damage to a brother because he accidentally, the key word is accidentally, stepped on his shoes? If you love the person that looks like you, that has the same skin tone as you, why would you get that mad at somebody stepping on your shoes? That's hate. Why do you hate your brother that bad, when you say, I'm willing to kill you because you stepped on my shoes? My shoes, I love my shoes more than I love the person that looks just like me. What is that? And the only thing that I can classify that is, that's hate. I hate you so much that I'm willing to kill you over some goddamn shoes that you kept apologizing, man, my bad. But you go to a white area, you go somewhere where there's white people, and you accidentally bump into those white people. Nah, oh, it's okay. I mean, I saw, oh, it's no problem. It's no problem. It don't incite some anger. It's okay. Why do we hate each other so much? Why do we hate each other so much that you're willing to take a life over shoes? Is that love? Is it? Because a lot of people say, oh man, we don't hate each other. Then explain that to me. Explain that to every scenario. 9 times out of 10, a scenario where you accidentally step on a brother's shoes, he is willing to go to battle. He is willing to joust you and kill you over some goddamn shoes. That's love. I look just like you, brother. I'm black. Why are you willing to kill me over some fucking shoes? Why do you hate me so much? Were you willing to take my life or take me away from my family over your shoes? If black people don't hate each other, that ain't love, man. Go back to what I said to you before. Close your eyes and think about the person that you love and care about. When you love and care about somebody, you don't think about doing anything destructive to that individual. So if black folks love each other, then why are there so many scenarios like somebody stepping on somebody's shoes and getting murdered or getting beat down over some shoes? That's hate. That's hate. Be that what you want to say about it. I don't care what you think. This has happened. Somebody knows somebody who accidentally stepped on another brother's shoes and it almost turned into fisticuffs. Somebody actually bumped into another brother and it almost turned into a problem. So if everybody that you know knows somebody that, if not you been in a scenario, then what is that then? Am I telling the truth or am I lying? Black folks hate each other. Moving on to the next one. There's a lot of black folks have gotten so okay with killing each other. They got so okay with killing each other and going to have a meal. Or, there's some people out here will kill you. There's some black folks out here will kill another brother, another sister, or another child and go have dinner like nothing happened. Black folks have gotten so comfortable with killing somebody that looks just like them, but will lose their mind Here's the huge contradiction, but will lose their fucking mind when somebody outside of their race kills one of theirs, kills one of us. If the cops do it, we got to uproot and riot. We got to burn shit up and got to do all this. But why we ain't burning shit up when you killing another brother in your same neighborhood? It's okay. It's become acceptable for a stray bullet to hit a young child. It's become acceptable for another brother to kill another brother. But let somebody else kill us. And you willing to tear this whole fucker up. Help me understand that. Help me understand that the mirror is looking right at you and you're willing to point your gun at somebody that looks just like you and be as reckless with your fucking gun as possible and maybe kill an innocent person that looks just like you. But when a cop does the unspeakable, you ready to uproot and tear up the whole universe. You mad when somebody else do it, but you ain't mad when you do it. What is that? Is that caring? Do you love that person? Because there's no way you can look at a person that looks just like you and actually point your gun and kill that person for nothing. But get mad when somebody outside of the culture kills one of your own. They're one of your own then, but they're not one of your own when you do it. Make it make fucking sense. It don't. Do black people hate each other? Moving on. Why do black folks will get on social media? I don't care how rich you are, how famous you are, and they will air out their dirty laundry. They will air out how they feel about somebody. If you're a rapper, you're whatever you are, you will go to battle over the internet with another person that looks just like you. You will talk about them, say whatever you want to say, motherfucker, I'm gonna do this, that, and the other, and this and this and that, and air out all your business on social media, opposed to picking up a phone and having a conversation. Only black people do this. Only black people, black rappers, black artists, black whatever will get on social media and dog each other out publicly because the social media is in the public. Think about what I said again in the beginning. Close your eyes. Somebody you care about, that you love, that you truly want to protect. Do you talk about them behind their back, or do you air out their business in their face? Do you call them all these names? Do you do all this in the public? Nah, that ain't love. That ain't love. When you do something destructive to somebody that looks just like you, what is that? Somebody please give me a word that defines what that is when you will go to all lengths to belittle or criticize somebody on social media in the public. Period. Why is black folks always trying to pull another fucking black person down? Why? You got one person that made it. Why are you mad because somebody made it? Why are you don't know what that person went through to get to that status. But you'll air them out. Black folks hate each other. Black folks hate each other. How can you hate somebody who put in work to get to their status? How can you hate a person that looks just like you, that may have the possibility to give you the tools to get you where you need to be, but because they're black, you got to envy for that person. You got to find ways to be destructive and speak destructive about that individual. Why white folks ain't doing that? Somebody please pull up something that where a famous white person and another famous white person were on social media talking about each other. I will fuck you up, this, that, and the other. Where? Show me and how. They don't. They don't. We do. We will criticize, and it must be a reason. You see a brother, you see a sister in a nice car or whatever, have a nice job or whatever. Somebody black is behind that door saying something crazy about how they got this position or what did they do to get this position or how they got that car, rather than saying I applaud that brother, I applaud that sister. If you care about somebody that looks just like you, then why are you tongue lashing that individual? Love don't come with tongue lashing. Love don't come with criticism and put downs and belittlement. We always got something to say about each other. Always. And we don't care where we at. You can be at a party. You can be on social media. You can be in front of a crowd. You will air out another black person, whether you whisper, oh, check out. Oh, girl, she the girl that, oh, he's, oh, check out. Man, all this bullshit. Black folks talk about each other so much. So much. When you going to start lifting each other up? Where's the upliftment of other black folks? But I'm sorry, you only do that when you love and care about people. So if you always criticize another person that got the same, looks just like you, even if you got the wrong information, what is that called? I'll tell you what it's called. Come a little closer. It's called hate. It's hate. You hate. Why do so many black people, and I'm going to say this so you'll understand, no, it ain't all black people. Nah, there's a lot of good black people. But I see more dominance of black people hating each other. I see more dominance of black people hating each other. Somebody can come in the barbershop and have on some of the just nice little hookup. Somebody gonna say something. Somebody gonna say something. I don't get it. Why? I'll tell you why. Black folks hate each other. Black folks hate each other. Here's another example. If black folks loved each other the way that some black folks, whether they famous, non-famous, average, non-average, way they proclaim, and black folks love each other so much. Tell me this then. Who in the fuck controls black music? Who controls what is put out in the airwaves of black music? Before you answer this question, somebody give me a white song. And again, I'm not comparing white and black, but you got to make some kind of level of comparisons to get a general idea of what the fuck I'm talking about. Somebody pull up a song of a country artist, of a pop artist, white pop artist, that's talking. Oh, I'm sorry. Also a white rock and roll band that's talking about another band, that's talking about another pop artist, that's talking about another country artist in a bad sense. What artist, what white artist put out a song talking about how bad you know their community is, and I hate this person, I hate that person? What song? White people control their music. They control what is distributed out to to the people's ears, because they want to always put out this package of, hey man, music is supposed to make you feel good. Music is supposed to be uplifting. It also can be educational. They control their music. This now come on to the other side of the fence for us. Listen to the shit that's on the radio for black people. Who is controlling black music? Look at the shit that's spewing out these damn speakers all across America, in cars, in businesses, in earphones. Look at the bullshit. Listen to the bullshit that comes through our mouths out to the public of other black people. Let's get started on that shit. Who is controlling that? Who decided that I'm gonna get the most raunchiest black person? Lift that person up and talk about the most degrading shit that you can talk about, and have it pumped to black people, black kids, black teens, black people, and we say, oh, that's the shit. Oh yeah. Really? And no black person has took a stand and said, we don't want to hear that. I don't want that music being put out over the airways to these young children talking about this and that. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to get into no names. Listen to this black music out here. Listen to the black music. Turn on the fucking radio. Listen to what's going on in the music. I'm so utterly disgusted. I'm so utterly disgusted on music from what we're allowing to be said in music. What are we doing? Who is the A&R? Who is the record exec that said, you know what, check this out. This is what we gonna do. We gonna find the most destructive people the most destructive black people. We gonna have them rap about the most craziest killings and craziest sexual positions and all this craziness, and then we gonna blow them up and we gonna say, I want y'all to push it out to the people and say, this is what people need to hear. It ain't no black person saying, hold up, how is that benefiting our people? How is that benefiting our people? Hearing how many times somebody killed somebody, or how many times you had sex with this person, or what your private parts look like. Where? Why ain't no black folks that saying, no, we can't listen to this? We have made it okay. Is that hate? Remember, if you love somebody, you care about the information that gets to them. You care about what is being said to them. You care about the education that they're getting, especially if it's your children. Why would I want, if I had kids, why would I want my kids to hear if somebody's booty hole is brown and they private is pink? Who gives a fuck about? Why would I want my kids to hear that? Why would I want, if I had kids, why would I want my kids to hear that? Anybody know about the book Atomic Habits? The more you do something, the more it becomes a habit for you. So if children are listening to a certain type of music over and over and over and over again, guess what they become? They become the habit and the product that they hear the most, that they do the most. Who is controlling black music, and why are we letting it happen? Do black folks hate each other? Do black folks hate each other? All these scenarios that I'm coming up with, that I'm telling y'all, where in those scenarios does it show that black folks love each other? Where? Moving on. This is one that you really have to understand where I'm coming from with this. If black folks love each other, okay, let's talk about the man and the woman. Why is the woman, listen to me, because I'm gonna talk about both sides. Why is the black woman so hard on the black man? You got to have this, you got to do this, you got to buy me this, you got to do this. Why? If you love black women, if women talk about how much they love black men, if you love black men so much, why are you so intent on saying he got to do this, he got to do that? Where is I will help? I'm here for you. I will nurture. We will conversate. We will get it together. When you love somebody, you don't put demands on them to do it just because you want them to do it. Black women are so hard on black men. Why? Why? But you love black men so much. And black dudes, don't think I ain't getting at you neither. Black dudes and black men are so hard on black women. They hair got to be right. She got to be in shape. She got to look like this. She got to have this. But you love black women. So why are you so hard on black women? And you coming with these demands. When you love and respect an individual, you don't put those kind of demands unnecessarily on an individual. So I say, do black men and black women love each other? Of course, there are some examples of black love and all black couples, but for the majority part, listen to what is being said all the time. Listen to what is being said all the time. If you care about brothers black women, if you care about brothers out here, then you would help if you would help them figure stuff out that they may not see. And same with black men, if you would help women figure out what they can't see. But if I hate you, I'm going to always talk about the shit that you need to do and you need to have. So do black women and black men love each other? Yeah, a small percentile of them do. It's another form of hate. It's another form of hate. Tell me I'm wrong. You can go on any social media. You listen. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this story real quickly. There's a friend of mine, and I'm just gonna say it real quick. There's a friend of mine, real good brother, met a sister, start dating, not dating, but just, taking that person out. I know this brother, good brother, got his head on straight, real good brother. And I'm not using I'm not putting anything with this brother because I don't want nobody to know who this brother is. Good brother, takes his female out, shows her a good time. Here's the interesting part about it. Been knowing her all of a couple of weeks. He's showing her a good time, really patient with how he conversates with her, takes the slow steps. She shows him her blood work. Because she ready to get busy in 2 weeks. But here's the interesting part about it. You willing to show some women don't, this woman don't even care about how good of a brother he is. She's ready to show him his blood, she ready to show him her blood work. But here's where it flipped. She asked him out. She asked him to go to a restaurant. He said, I'm busy. I got to do something real quick. I'm paraphrasing. I got to do something real quick, but I'll meet you at the restaurant. Just tell me what restaurant and kind of order my food for me, and I'll get you when I get there. Now, if this sister recognizes a good brother, then she would do just that. But you know what happened? She hits him back saying, it's not a good idea for women to buy food for men. What? Are you serious? But you're willing to show your blood work and ready to get busy, but when it comes to ordering food, that's a no-go. Do we hate each other out here? Who the fuck? If we as a culture love each other, there's things that we're going to do for each other to show that love. That's what it is. So do black folks love each other? Or do they hate each other? Moving along. There's so many. I remember there was a time where women were cutting off their hair. This is like early 2000. Women were going with the short haircuts and cutting off their hair. And there's a lot. I think it was during the time, I want to say Toni Braxton had a short haircut. I think it was around the time around then women were cutting their hair off. And I think women look beautiful regardless, right? Hair long, short, mohawk, whatever you got going on. If you taking care of yourself, it's cool. But here's the problem with black folks. And this is what black men have done to black women. You see, black women aren't allowed in some black, let me make sure fuck that. Black women are not allowed in some black dudes' eyes to rock their natural hair. Let me say that again. Some black women are not allowed to be natural around black men. And it kind of made women feel like they were less than because black dudes were saying, oh man, if your hair ain't long and flowing down your back like some of these other women, Europeans or whatever, I ain't trying to deal with you. What? So if a woman can be as beautiful as possible, but she don't have hair going down her back like Rapunzel, you don't like her? There was so many women out here that was short hair, and then they started trying to get their hair to grow back because dudes wasn't really talking to them if they didn't have long hair. Start making them feel bad about themselves. Women start getting these long ass weaves and shit like that just to appease these other brothers. So this sister's beauty is covered up because why? Because her hair is short? That's crazy. Brothers have made women at that time feel like if your hair ain't long, fuck you. What is that? If you love people, if you love somebody, you don't care what their situation is, you're going to love them. You're going to love them and you're going to help them along the way. You know how many sisters out here can rock different hairstyles and be as beautiful as all get out? But there's a lot of women that felt inferior to men that said, I don't like that short haircut shit. And they started getting these weaves that started really kind of fucking up their head. Is that love for sisters, brothers? Is she not beautiful because she got short hair? Is she not beautiful because her hair is natural? Is she not beautiful because her shit ain't down her back and underneath her the heel of her feet? Come on, man. Come on, man. I've seen so much of that where, man, I ain't talk. She got short hair, man. I can't do no short hair shit. Really? This is wild, man. All these things that I've seen over the years of black folks don't love each other. Black folks don't love each other. Let me ask y'all this. A lot of people don't know who Willie Lynch is or what the Willie Lynch syndrome is. If you are an avid reader or you know anything about your history, you'll know that Willie Lynch sent out a memorandum to all slave owners saying, if you want to keep your slaves in check, this is what you do. And part of the things that were on that list was you put the older against the younger, you put the put the lighter skin against the darker skin. And you know what's funny? That shit go on today. That shit goes on to this day. That if you're not accepted in certain crowds of black culture because you dark skinned, or you're not accepted in certain crowds of black folks because you're light skinned, or because your hair looks like this, or because your hair don't look like that, the Willie Lynch syndrome proceeds into the modern day. What the fuck do I care what color skin you got? So you're less black because you're light skinned? So what difference does that make? And I'll tell y'all a story. This is how you know that dark skin, light skin thing was a thing amongst black people. You've seen it in the movie School Days. I remember one time, and I'm ashamed of this shit now that I'm a grown ass man. I remember my brother's not dark skin, he's brown skin. Like a little, like brown skin, darker brown skin, not just like a brown skin. I remember him getting into an argument. I said, man, I look better than you. I'm light skinned. You ugly because you darker than me. How ignorant. Where did I learn that shit from? Where did I learn that shit from? You learn it from the inner workings of your own culture. Women used to talk, man, back in the day, if you were light skinned, you were getting all the women. And I mean all the women. You tell a chick, if you meet a chick on the phone, or one of your boys girls has a girlfriend, and she's saying, you got what does your friend look like? Well, he light skinned. Oh, you on? You can have 12 eyes on your face, but if you were light-skinned, you were in. Do you know? I read this statistic, and it blew my mind. A younger dark-skinned girl is more likely to get suspended from school than a light-skinned girl. It's a fact. This is what you can Google that shit. We have been at odds. We have been at odds about whose skin is better or whose hair is better in our own culture. Do you see Asians arguing about who eyes are more slanted or whose skin is the more brownish? Who does this? What culture do this? That argue back and forth about if you're more Asian or not, or you're more Spanish or not, or you're more whatever you are. You're more white than me. You got more whiter skin than me. Are you serious? We are practicing methods from the fucking 1800s. I never cared about if a person's skin was light, dark. I don't give a shit about your goddamn skin. You can have the prettiest dark skin and be a fucking asshole. You can have the prettiest light skin and be just a ass to everybody. But we in our culture have decided that your skin makes you what color your skin is going to be the judgment of how you get a job. If it's with another black person, how you engage with another black woman or black man, it's crazy. What is that? And I'm taking you back again. If I love you and I care about you, I don't give a fuck about your skin. What does your skin got to do with how I feel about a person? And if you care and respect and you want to, saying, have that person be safe and protect that person, what does that his or her skin got to do with anything? So why has skin mattered in the black culture? Hate, man. Hate. 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 Black folks hate each other. Stop the bullshit. And anybody black who listens to this podcast, it's real. I got over 1,300 friends on Facebook. 1,300. I know a lot of people. I can tell you this. How many people do you think came up to me and said, out of those 1,300 friends, said, Dre, man, you're doing a great job. I'm proud of what you're doing. I'm proud of what your fitness. I'm proud of this, what you got going on. I'm proud of your cuts. I'm proud of all these stuff that you got going on. You think, how many people you think came up to me or messaged me and told me anything? I'm be honest with you. 2 to 3. Majority of my friends on Facebook is black. If you see another black person doing well, why do you feel like you can't tell that individual, man, I'm proud of you? I see you doing things. No, you know what the fucked up thing about black people is? No black person want to get left behind. Or no black person want to get past or have somebody just as where they at. Some black people are so scared to give information back to another black person. Oh, I don't want that person to know that information. I don't want them to get up here with me. What? You know how many black people have access to help another black person get into a position and said, nah, fuck that. I don't want that person to be up here with me. What is that? Oh, I can't give you that information. I don't want to get left behind. I don't want to get left behind. Get the fuck out of here with that. You know what I see in the white culture? And I'm gonna speak on this. Because like I told you before, I have white clients, I have Asian clients, I have Bangladesh clients, I have Spanish clients, I have black clients, I have all levels of the rainbow clients. When it comes to white folks, they may do some weird shit, but they always try to give information to one another. They always try to find a way to recycle the information. They don't never hold tight onto the information with their own. Never. Never. I don't care if they just had an argument. Hey, yeah, well, I know we just had this blowout, but this is how you do this math problem, or this is what it takes to get to this investment, or we got a good tip on the stock. They don't get mad at shit like that. Black folks, man, come on. They don't never want to see another black person get ahead of them. Who you think the term keep up with the Joneses? What the keep up with the Joneses? How many white folks you know name is Jones? Keep up with the Joneses probably was some shit that was established with black people. Well, I see my neighbor getting that shit, so I gotta get that shit. Black folks, where do we love each other at? Give me an example of how we love each other on a continuous basis. Help me understand this. I see so many black people go out their way to buy name brand shit, and I buy name brand shit. All my shit's name brand. I don't know that many black entrepreneurs that are in the fashion game that I can get access to. No excuse at all. But I don't know many black entrepreneurs that I have access to. But here's the thing about, and if I did, I will purchase, man. Listen, black people are some of the most craftiest, stylish, coolest people walking this motherfucking earth. So I would rush out to buy some shit from my own before I go buy something from outside of my own. But here's what black people do. Here's another example of fuck you, I hate you. People will go to Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Gucci, Prada, any name brand, Christian Louboutin, all types of shit. They will go to. It's so much shit that it's so many different fashions out here, so many brands out here. They will spend top dollar on all that shit. You will spend $400 on a $300 or $200 on a Gucci belt. A Fendi purse, Fendi shirt, all these labels out here. But let a black person, and there have been many black people who have designed as equal as a product, or if not better. And you know what black folks say? You know what niggas say? Man, that costs too much. Oh, man, I ain't paying for that, brother. Come on, man. You can come down on that price. Are you fucking kidding me? Why would you say that to your own? But you will go to this white man or white woman and spend all this money on the product that they're providing you. But this brother over here, or this sister over here, has some of the greatest products, fashions on this earth. But you asking that sister or brother to come down off their price. Oh man, come on, man. Why are you doing that to your people? What do you call that? Somebody help me. Tell me, what do you call that? If I won't buy from my own and I'm asking my own to come down off their price of their hard work and the quality of their work, but I go to these other these fashion departments and all these other clothing stores and I don't ask them to come down off their price. What is that? If that ain't hate, I don't know. Come on, man. That's your own. The quality of what they're producing out here, some of these clothes out here that these black folks are producing and been producing, man, is crazy. Some of these gowns, some of these jeans, some of these shirts is insanely fashionable. But because you don't know him or her, you devalue their product. What is that? Tell me. I won't tell nobody. What is that? Huh? You say hate? Yeah. Yeah. Anytime you can look at somebody of your own and say they got a great product and it can't find no flaw in this product, and then say, you know what? I can't fuck with it. Your price is too high. I'm gonna go over here where the price has been high. To the white person. It's hate, man. When we gonna stop hating? When we gonna stop hating? When will the day ever come? And I have a lot of clients that I had this discussion with. When will the day ever come where we come together? It's impossible. You put 10 black, I tell you what, you put 20 black people in a room and you lock them in that room and you say, you guys got to either find a key or find a way out of here by unlocking this door in order to get out. How long before they start fighting each other? How long before black people won't even be able to come together long enough to get out of the door or find a lock or create a lock to get out of the door? Think of every ethnicity that comes to America. Yeah, some of them have some assistance. I get that. Asians, they live together. They come over here, live together. They don't have to live in no fancy ass house. And look at them running the hair market. Black people, who know your hair better than you do? The Asians have the hair market on lock. Beauty supply stores on lock. They come together. Every culture comes together. We are the only one that are going in opposite directions with each other. Always. Look at how many billions and millionaires we have, whether you're an athlete, businessman, or whatever, investor, or whatever. Where the fuck haven't we created a round table and got everybody involved? What is that? What is that? It's hate. There's a lot of black people. There's a small percentile of black people that you love being around. They creative. They think well, and they're just good people. But we don't represent the masses. We don't represent the masses. Black people will make it harder on another black person to get up, to move up. Why? Oh, you got to prove that you need this job when just help them. No, you got to prove to me you got to make it harder on them than you would another person outside your race. They made it hard for me. I got to make it hard for them. Get the fuck out of here. Like, people love making it harder for somebody else to come up. Some won't like this conversation, but I don't give a shit. Because this is reality. This is reality all day, every day. And there is really only a certain people who really understand this shit is what's going on. I have gotten to the point where when I make the money that's gonna when I make the money that I want to make, I'm getting the fuck away. And when I say I'm gonna get the fuck away, but still reach back to those, I'm always trying to give information to black, white, whoever, but especially us. People say, anybody that's listening to this or watching this audio, Dre, what have you done for black folks? I can tell you. So let me tell you. I have conversations with black clients all the time, young black clients, older black clients, and they will tell you, Dre is always dropping some fucking jewels, always willing to have a conversation, always willing to hear another side, always willing to understand a better way to do something. Always. I will give the fucking shirt off my back to my own and to anybody else. I've had a white kid and a black kid training them. I had them together. I've done things to always try to aid my culture. I've given so many pairs of jeans and clothes away that I had to, damn, they didn't have no clothes. I had to re-up on everything. Black folks don't give, they don't donate to people. I had a client of mine saying, oh man, I got a bunch of Air Force Ones. Well, that I don't even wear. Why the fuck are they sitting in your closet? Black folks love hoarding shit. Give it to somebody that need it. Or you just want to look at it like it's trophies. I done gave so much shit away. Nobody can never come to me and say, what have I done or how I contribute to black people? Or just to people in general. My heart is pure when it comes to this of what I speak and who I am. Ain't no fucking chink in my armor when it's time, when it's about being good as a person. When black people donate stuff, you know what they do? They got to bring a film crew to show what they doing. You don't see white people, when they get their shit away, they just give it away, man. Here, donate to this. They don't give a shit about who watching or whatever. They got to make black folks got to make a spectacle or to film this while I go in and get this to this bum. And I'm going to tell this bum that I'm giving it to him. How the fuck do you get any blessings from that? Give back. Black folks don't always give back without an underlying reason why they giving back. Do you know? And I regret that I'm even saying this. But for those who sit back and say, Dre, what do you do for black folks? It's what I do for people in general. But black folks, do you know I go to the bank. When I leave the shop, I put a portion of money in the bank every day. And I'm not bragging on this shit at all. But I donate every fucking day. If you go to your bank and there's a donation thing that you can donate money to, if I'm making I'm making an amount of money, you have to give back. You have to give back. I don't care where I'm at. My woman have seen me give shit to people. I'm not sitting on clothes that I'm if I'm not wearing it, bag it up. That's what I do. Bag it up and take it to a drop-off center. Black folks want to hold on to shit and not give to other people. Or I gotta bring a film crew for people to see what you're doing. That ain't genuine, man. The fuck out of here with that. We got to do better, man. And that is such a cliche word. Those who gonna do better in our community is gonna do better. Those who not, they just not. The gang culture. The gang culture in the black community. Like I wasn't raised around gangs, but you know if you're from LA or whatever gang you in. And I get that. When I'm speaking this gang shit, I get that some of it represents family to you. Some of your family was raised in that. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something real interesting. What's the target? What is a gang member's target? Another black person. Another black person is your target. Another person that looks just like you is your target because they're wearing something, they're not wearing the same color you are. That's your target. How can somebody you love be your target of a killing? When it's all said and done, even if your family, your mother and father was in a gang or you was raised in a gang, the ultimate thing is you got to ask yourself, what is the target? What color is the target? Somebody looks just like you. Do you love people? Do you kill people you love? Some people are crazy enough to do that, but when you love somebody and you care for them and you want to protect them, would you kill them? Nah. You hate them. You hate them. In the game, there's a target. It's a target out here. And if you're black and in a gang, your target is what? Somebody looks just like you. Your target, you haven't realized, looks just like you. What is that? That love? I can't hear y'all. Is that love? Or is that hate? Sounds like hate to me. Sounds like hate. Fathers. All the fathers out here. Do you hate your children? All these deadbeat fucking dads out here who didn't participate in their children's lives and watch the mother just raise the child and go through all the hardships with the child while your ass had to run of your life, to do what you want to do. Did you hate your children that looks just like you? Black folks are some of the leading fathers that are absent from their kid's life. Do you hate your child? And I get there's some dynamics too where the mother made it difficult. I don't give a fuck. When you love something, you want to protect it and you want to aid it. You want to nurture it. Did you hate your son? Did you hate your daughter? That's why you stayed away? He or she looks just like you. Unapologetically black. I never understood how somebody did. If you have children and the mother's actively not fighting you on being in their children's life, how the fuck can you not be in your child's life? And he or she looks just like you. Black. That love? Is that love? Why wouldn't you want to be in your child's life? Some of y'all will fight tooth and nail over your woman. Some of you black men will fight tooth and nail over your woman to keep her. but won't fight tooth and nail to be actively involved in your son or daughter's life that looks just like you, unapologetically black. But you love them. You love them, huh? The fuck out of here. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let me say this one thing and I'm going to get out of here. Because I get emotional with this shit. Let me say two things and I'm going to get out of here. You know what angers me also that is hate with our own with black culture? If you allow just this is funny, and I know people have experienced this. If you black and you go away to college or you become part of the higher learning of educating yourself into books, you read more, the way you enunciate words, the way you talk becomes that of what you learn. Education changes the way that you speak. Education changes the way that you speak. What you read, you become. If you read big words, you know what the big words mean. So you begin to think and shape your mind and speak that way. That's what education does, dummy. You know, a lot of black people, when they go away to school or they educate themselves or they become part of higher learning and they come back to where they grew up and they speak just the way that they've been learning. You know what black folks say to another black person? Why you talking like that? Why you acting white? Why you talking white? That is the most ignorant shit that I could ever hear out of another black person's mouth. What you're saying makes no fucking sense whatsoever. You don't even understand you don't understand the magnitude of what you're saying. You're saying because you're basically saying this. No, ain't no basically. You are saying this. White folks are the only ones that can speak with education and articulate their words in the way that's necessary, in the way that is most meant to be said. Is the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. If you go away to get an education, I would hope that you come back talking of that education that you paid for. If you went away and read books and become knowledgeable and you a ferocious reader, why would you speak like you haven't read any books? And why don't black folks understand when you become educated, you talk that way? It ain't white, it ain't Asian, it ain't Spanish, it's educated. Period. Niggas, wake up, man. Y'all don't get it out here. No such thing as talking white because I've allowed myself to read and be educated on the highest of level. It makes me want to throw up when I hear that shit. You talking white. Hey, man, education is free with these books out here. College, you can go to them. There's many of them, many colleges out here. Many people getting educated. This education ain't just limited to white people. This ain't back in slavery days where I couldn't let you know that I can speak well, I can read. The fuck you think this is? Why would that bother you as another black woman or black man that I speak well? Why wouldn't that wake you up? How wouldn't that allow you to say, damn, I'm proud of you? How can I get some of that? Nah. Black folks fear another black person becoming progressively moving forward Because they scared. They fearful. You ain't going to leave me behind. Oh, my God. You're not leaving me behind. So fuck you. Fuck that education. And I don't give a shit what you talking about. I think that's dumb. Crazy, man. It's crazy. Now, on my way out, I want y'all to know these things that I'm talking about are real. Black folks beefing on records with each other is real. That shit real, man. Listen to these songs out here. Pick up a song, pick up a white song, pick up a country song. You think that country artist is talking about another country artist on wax? No. You think another pop star is talking about another pop star on wax? No. But we are. I'm gonna shoot you this way. I'm gonna shoot you that way. I'm gonna toss you off a building. I'm gonna do this, do that, and the other. Last time I checked, there's enough money in this world for everybody if you want to get it. Why do you feel like it's so acceptable to talk about another person, black person on the wax? On record. I've never heard of Led Zeppelin, Phil Collins, Sting, The Police, Duran Duran, any rock and roll fucking band beefing with each other on records. I never heard of a rock and roll band having a fucking shootout with another rock and roll band. But old contraire move Fred. Niggas will beef all day long. Will shoot out with each other all day long. Come on, black folks. Our ancestors would be so disappointed. What did Dr. Martin Luther King die for, man? What did Malcolm die for? Why the fuck did Rosa Parks get up? Why did she not move? Why was she refusing to get up from that seat? Why was the Black Panther Party fighting for? So much history. What did Sidney Poitier do his acting thing for? How many doors did he have to kick down and get slammed in his face? For you niggas to act the way you acting? I always say this. The only way that black folks will understand what they doing to each other is if there was a way to take a ride in history, and as like a real ride into from when the beatings and hangings in the 60s and 50s and 40s to the Emmett Tills getting mutilated and shot and killed at his age, and seeing all that up close on the screen like you were there, like a virtual a virtual reality that you're seeing, like a video game. And they take you through history and show you all the hangings. They show you you right on the balcony where Dr. Martin Luther King was killed. They take you into the hall where Malcolm X was shot up by his own. What do you think Nelson Mandela was fighting for? They take you through those rides of those people, and they take you all the way back to slavery. You know, they have some movie theaters where you can sit in the movie theater and you can it'll get rainy. The chair will shift, and whatever's going on in the movie is happening to you. So if you're on a virtual ride through your ancestors and slavery and all the movements, and you seeing all that, and you in a chair, and you get one of your ancestors of slavery is getting slapped and whipped in the back, you getting whipped in the back, or you feeling a jolt to the chair, or you see one of the lynchings of your own, and the chair drops down or something like that. It's the only way black folks gonna understand why the fuck are we doing this to one another. You would have to see that up in close in person. You would have to experience that, because if that type of shit don't bring tears to your eyes and bring knowledge to your brain to say, what the fuck are we doing? Then I don't know what will. But that would be the only way that I see, this is my opinion, that things would change. This is the reality of stuff, man. So I want you to like, subscribe, and comment on this episode, because I'm bringing real shit to you all the time. I'm bringing real shit, and I'm not going to censor myself. I'm not going to censor myself in what I'm saying. And what I'm saying, I've lived long enough to experience all this. I've been around enough people. I've been in enough areas. I've seen it in the military. I've seen it in the world. I've seen it in different states. I'm bringing this reality to you. Like, subscribe, and comment, because this is the Dre you're going to get. It's going to be real. It's going to be real. And it's not for likes, and it's not for none of that. It's not for none of that. It's not for no clout. I don't give a shit. It's for me to vent. This is my way of things that I see. I am a narrator. I see a lot in my chosen profession. And I'm educated. So I see a lot. And I know somebody going to sit back and say, man, what is he talking? Open your eyes. A lot of y'all walking through this world with your eyes closed. Next time, if you ain't from the hood and somebody tells you there's a good soul food restaurant in the hood, how's that gonna make you feel? You think you just gonna you gonna like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, you're gonna have thoughts about it. Some of you young people, you don't go to an all black club because you know some shit gonna pop off with each other. But you'll go to a mixed crowd because you know it's gonna be mellow. Yeah, that's real. That's real. So be it that you can believe what you want to believe, or you can continue to live under a rock or whatever where you stay or wherever you reside mentally. Cool. This shit'll be waiting out here for you. Reality is always waiting out here for you. And how you maneuver with reality depends on what you consider the truth. And if you lie to yourself and say it's not, then that's how you move. But reality is out here. And for black culture, reality been out here for a while. For a while. Listen, I appreciate y'all pulling up a chair, sitting down, and hearing this conversation. Take this conversation and think about it. And ask yourself, if I'm black, if I'm Spanish, if I'm Asian, if I'm white, how can I continue to aid in my culture and help my culture get better? And for my brothers and sisters out here, ask yourself this question. Is what Dre's saying real? And if what he's saying is real, how can I help in the way that I can help? How can I do my part in the black culture to make it better? Listen, that is my show today. You are in tune to the Dre Morset podcast. I hope you enjoyed this experience. There will be many more to come. And hopefully, I'll get so big that I will be able to continue to touch more and more people to hear the voice and to change lives. Y'all be cool. Tune in for the next episode. Subscribe, like, and comment. This has been the Dre Morsets Podcast. Motivation.